first start surfing?
Started in the summer of 1960, and that was when I was going into junior high school. And my parents wouldn't let me have a board when I was younger because they were, at that time they were bulky and heavy. They were afraid I'd get hit by it and have to go to the hospital or something like that. But
now these are the long boards of the 60s.
Longboard days, more or less from 9 to 10 footers, anywhere from 45 to 60 pounds.
Wow.
But I talked my father into building my very first board, which was quite an adventure at the time.
And how'd that go as far as building?
It was kind of a disaster. We really didn't know what we were doing at the time as far as fiberglassing, and we pretty much got the board 3/4 of the way built, and then we took it to Gordon and Smith at the time, and
you know who they are.
Finished the board for me, and it took about 6 months to build that board.
Now, did that board end up entering any contests with you? Or
no,
is it still around?
No, it was pretty weak. We really didn't know what we were doing, and eventually, a year later, I went and bought a board off of the shelf at a local shop down in PB.
Is that right?
At the time, and that lasted a couple of years.
But that's where it all started. Pacific Beach, Mission Beach was the area of town that you started your shaping experiences, I guess, as well as your surfing?
Yes.
Back in the 60s?
Back in '60, what I would do would, I'd walk down from Crystal Pier south because at the time a lot of my friends had a couple more years experience surfing than I did, so I wanted to kind of stay away from out of their way, sort of say. And I got into surfing like North Mission Beach area. It was less crowded, and pretty much stayed like that ever since. Looked for places that were a lot less crowded.
Let me ask you a question about your philosophy in life. What makes Bill tick out there when you're shaping a board? How do you make things work for yourself?
I pretty much just live a pretty much kickback life. Take it real slow and absorb everything. I really don't like to rush into anything. And anything that comes along, I pretty much study it before I jump into like a design. And I feel that that's helped me out quite a bit.
So you're cautious?
Very cautious, yeah.
Well, good for you. You live with your family in Del Mar? You get out and surf around the area there?
Yes, I try to get out about 5 days a week, at least.
Your biggest wave, do you remember a wave that was exceptionally exciting for you? And what did that feel like?
It was in the early 70s. A couple of friends of mine, we'd go down to Black's Beach. Back then it was really not that crowded at all. It was, Hurlini Bay was going down there, and one day we went down. It was actually too big to stroke out, and we tried going further south, where usually the waves will get smaller and you can make it out through the shore break, and it was just too big. So we came back the next day, and it was a couple feet smaller and more in control. And it was probably about 12, 15 foot out there. And for a beach break like that, it's a pretty good size. And at the time I was riding about a 6'10" board, which was way too small.
For that kind of wave?
For that kind of wave. I managed to take off on about 3 waves and make it back outside before the last wave it broke about 100 yards out in front of me. And at that time with no leashes, we just let the boards go and swam in. That was it. Didn't go back out.
Thank you for coming today, Bill, in the studio. We'll look forward to seeing you again sometime.
All right. Thank you.